Hello, everyone. This is Chris. This is Ed.
Hello.
We're here to drink wine with you at Old North State Winery.
Love this. Love this time of the week.
Hey, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We are the week of Christmas here. This is actually, we're doing a Wednesday virtual tasting this week due to so many people having plans for Christmas Eve, and our normal Thursday night kind of clashes with that kind of event,
Really
I'm
go
sure.
together, yeah.
I guess little kids probably aren't going to be slugging wine just yet.
Well, start them young so they can appreciate it.
That's true.
So I guess we could all be arrested too if we were to. Actually,
There's that whole
if we
thing.
cross households.
Yeah, you've already had enough government for today too.
It's up to my ears.
Yeah.
In the state.
The state.
The state.
Mm-hmm. We got a great health inspection today in the middle of lunch service for 2 hours. Busiest lunch we've had in 2 months.
And I did a catering for 200 before lunch even started. So that was a nice little cherry on top. I did a nice visit from him.
Good job, Sheffy.
Cheers. It's all draining away now.
That makes it better. Well, we got a couple of beauties from 2017, and we are out on the West Coast. We have, let's start off with this Pinot Noir. This is from Austerity. This is from the O'Neill Winery and Distillery Company. They started back in the early 2000s in California, kind of in the looking for value areas like Monterey. This is from Monterey. Arroyo Seco and Paso Robles, that area that are now all emerging, but they got in kind of early. A couple of years ago, I was out there with the Criscas, and we went to Arroyo Seco, and that is a very hilly area. And Monterey, very, very chilly. Those two regions were fascinating to go visit. Not at all what I expected. Kind of expected a Napa-like or Sonoma-like experience, and those AVAs definitely deserve their own name because they are a totally different terroir. And I love how these kind of places that I would say are somewhat shadowed by Napa and Sonoma are really, getting their 15 minutes of fame, so to speak. And I think Monterey is a great one to start with if we're going to start talking about those interesting areas of California. Very, very cool here, and that is great for Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir loves the cool. You probably won't see a lot of Pinot Noirs growing in North Carolina.
Well, you shouldn't.
Well, Pinot Noirs aren't a big fan of these warmer climates, so here's Pinot Noir in a beautifully cool climate. If you don't know, California can be quite cool, particularly in July, June, August, these peak growing months for the grapes. The Pacific waters really create a huge air conditioner for the whole west coast of our country. And the grapes really benefit from that because there is so much bright, radiant sunshine out that way. The fog coverage and the cooler, the mist, the cool air from the Pacific Ocean helps mediate that and buffer that. It's quite elegant. You end up with these wines that drink very old world in the sense of their structure, the retained acidity. This is definitely mouth-watering.
Oh boy, it certainly is.
But at the same time, you still get that California fresh, California fruit.
Well, in California, I mean, and it really is not that it's like if you go out for a stroll in the afternoon, it's not cool. I mean, California is this heaven-kissed summit that no matter how hot it is during the day, it cools down at night. Mm-hmm. And that stops the overheating of the grapes, and that's what we're not able to accomplish here on the East Coast.
It's about 80 at night.
Well, and humid, and the grapes continue. I mean, they don't have that stopgap that the fog and the mist and the wind, quite honestly, provides to vineyards in California, and they're just very fortunate.
Yep, and this also. Wow, this is now 3 years old, absolutely super beautiful, fresh. Tannins here, fantastic.
Peppa.
The oak integration here is almost seamless. It's almost like you can't tell that it's oak tannins. It almost seems like it's tannins from the grape. They're so perfectly integrated. I love it when the oak tannins become the grape tannins.
It's got a great pucker qualities, good pepper, good all the way around. This is a great little wine, but it doesn't take away from the freshness. You know?
Mm-hmm. Wow, mouth watering is all I can say. It really, really gets your palate going. This would be a great food wine. This is not just a sipper. It really makes you stop and think. Like, wow, this is great.
It does. I mean, you know, we love Monterey and Paso Robles in that area, but I don't think a lot of people have had Pinots. A lot of the offerings, some of the more eclectic offerings from this area, and it really is. It stands out.
Yeah, Monterey is like one of those really up and coming, under the radar. You know, it's a beautiful place. It's also an expensive place, so that could be a challenge too. Like everything, finances come to the forefront many times, and that can determine whether or not people are going to be successful or not due to the economics of it. But as long as they,
Elon Musk will buy it all.
that's Well, I think he's getting out of town.
He's going to Texas.
Yeah. He's been.
I guess the average, you go to, you think of Russian River Valley and Carneros.
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
Pinot, California Pinot. That's
Definitely.
kind of like the default areas you think of quality California Pinot, and so it's beautiful to see something of this stature.
Yeah, it's very nice, and it's, make no mistake about it, you wouldn't get it mixed up with one of those wines at all, but because this really has its own terroir, its own presentation of the Pinot Noir grape. It really does deliver. I think I'm gonna drink a lot of this.
Well, I agree, but no, it doesn't taste like a Russian River or Carneros Pinot, but I think in its own right, the qualitative aspect of it is. I mean, it's got balance and all these great characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Not as big, but I think in a good way.
Absolutely.
You don't want, for me, I don't want to get knocked over by a Pinot.
Right.
I want, that's not really what
That's not what you
shouldn't be going for. You're not
Yeah.
reaching for it for that. You've got a whole other arsenal of wines for that. But Pinot should be more delicate. But I mean, this has a lot going on for a delicate wine.
Agreed. And this week we're doing a charcuterie.
Yeah, a little different this week. Everything's different this week, so we figured we'd make our tasting different too. So we're just going to do a really nice charcuterie board for our tasting this week, and it's just going to go with both wines, and we're not, really doing this pairs with this because it's going to be great with both. And we've got 4 great North Carolina cheeses. Well, no, actually, they're not all North Carolina. Some are Georgia. So we've got 2 from Sweetgrass Dairy. We're going to have the Thomasville Tone, which is a raw cow's milk cheese, and we're going to do the Green Hill, which is a creamy cow's milk brie. We're also going to do an offering from Prodigal Farms, which is their Fool's Gold. It's going to be a cider brushed cheese. Love this cheese from Prodigal. It's really, really nice. It's going to be a long rectangular cheese in your box. The Green Hill, of course, will be a little wedge. It looks like brie. The Tome is going to be almost golden in color. It have a nice white rind, dry aged rind all around it. And then lastly, we got one of our Utah cheddars, the Sea Hive, which is the wildflower honey and sea salt. So all over the spectrum with our cheeses. So these are going to be great to kind of mix and match with the wines. Also have 3 different salumis this week, now, all from American Butcher. We're going to have a fennel. We're going to have the Irish Stout is back.
Nice.
And then we're going to have the pecan. So 3 great, you'll be able to see to differentiate these. The fennel looks probably the most traditional, where it won't have anything. It's just, you'll just see the fat and the meat. Whereas the Irish Stout's going to be much darker, richer in color. And the pecan, obviously, you'll see the studs of pecan in there. But we're going to throw some great accoutrement in with this too. We got a little cranberry orange balsamic relish to enjoy with this. We're going to have some candied pecans. Obviously, we'll have some beautiful toast points, some marinated olives. So this would be a great little spread to sit around and these really high-end salami and handcrafted cheeses.
Yeah, and Chef was wanting to do that just so, you know, if you don't get to it one day,
Yeah.
that's going to be fine the next day or the next. And that's really just trying to be more convenient to everybody's. It's kind of crunch time here.
It is. Everybody has a lot to do, last-minute things. Everybody's trying to get their house ready and their meals planned and their gifts finished up. And I know every day, I'm sure it's going on with you. Every day you're like, oh, I think I'm good. Ooh, forgot 3 things.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's
Yeah.
a lot of that going on this week, I feel.
Yep, there's going to be plenty of that last second. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I know we've seen a huge uptick today in downtown activity.
Mm-hmm. It was wild out there today. And by out there, I mean in our dining room.
Yep. So we will be having more staff tomorrow. Today was
Another big catering tomorrow, and
ouchie.
a lot of rebuilding to do. And now we've got all the Christmas pickup stuff to get in line and for in the work line. It's gonna be a busy couple days
Yeah.
before the holiday. Always is.
Yep.
I always go into Christmas Eve kind of worn out.
Yeah.
So get it over with.
Yeah.
I don't really like Christmas that much. I'm never in a good mood at Christmas. Not
Because
because
you're-
I love Christmas. That's just,
You're exhausted.
yeah, it's tired. And it's over people. And, you know, I just think we put too much drama around Christmas. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to make everything just so. And,
Yeah.
you know, you kind of wake up on the 26th and you're broke and nothing was as meaningful as you thought it would be. And it's just all this stuff. I don't know.
Well, I think.
For me, it's about the food and the wine and
Right.
visiting.
Yeah.
And the rest of it just seems a bit over the top.
Yep, it certainly can. We were all capable of doing a little bit too much around this time. That usually ends with some sniffles and coughs too, because you're worn
believe
down and beaten down. But we are certainly we are certainly appreciative of all the times that we do get, whether they're beaten down or not. You know.
Oh, sure.
You know, even when there's so many Christmases that that all we want to do is crawl into bed and sleep through the day. But
So many.
there's a reinvigoration, I guess, when you get in front of the family and have a drink and eat with them, and it kind of recharges you.
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, I guess it's just a little weird. Not going to see much of the fam this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Maybe
weird.
that's got a little cloud over it. But
Sure. Well, we'll make the most of it. I'm hopefully going to be driving down to Fayetteville to see Dad and Whit and Elizabeth if it works out.
You're going to head down Christmas Eve, or you going to do a turnaround?
If it works out, we're going to drive down. If not, then I'll just hang out here. And then, Mom and Joe are driving down after Christmas, and we're going to do like a late Christmas, maybe the 27th or 28th or something.
You know,
So-
after brunch, the brunch. Hey, we're doing brunch again. by
Oh
the
yeah,
way, so-
brunch again on Sunday.
And
That was
maybe
fun.
after that, you get a couple 3 days and kind of
Yeah,
chill a little
yeah.
bit, get caught up with your mom and Joe.
Chris let me cook last Sunday,
It was awesome. It was awesome.
and I think everybody seemed pretty happy.
I would say they were more
There
than
was-
happy.
there was
It
no-
a
I
great
didn't-
menu. It was a great pacing.
Oh yeah, no food
We had to do
poisoning by
that.
my omelets.
Well, it usually takes a couple days.
That's
You
true.
might not have heard about it.
Gosh, the guts people have to eat my cooking.
This omelets were beautiful.
All right, so Austerity 2017 Monterey Pinot Noir.
I've had a couple of people ask me, like, when they watch the videos, what's the price tag on that?
Oh,
Ballpark.
it's not much.
Oh.
It's well under $50.
See, there you go. Nailed it right there.
Yeah.
All right, so if somebody wanted to buy that, they just give you a call.
$20.
$20.
How about that? We'll say $20, even if we're losing money on it.
Impossible.
All right, so now we're moving on to a new offering from King Estate. We're big fans of
Thank
King
you very
Estate.
much.
They're one of the premier names of Oregon, if not the premier. I don't think they're the largest. I think A to Z is probably the largest.
A to Z's got a big operation out there, but then
In
again,
Columbia Valley.
King Estate has like two subsidiaries too,
Yeah.
though. I mean, I guess if you counted their sister productions, they'd probably be pretty high up there.
This is a blend from Columbia Valley, and so Columbia Valley is one of the few AVAs that crosses state lines. The bulk of the operation of AVA is Washington state side, but 1% of the production of the AVA does fall into Oregon. And yeah, it's
What kind
very
of mafia stuff happened
yeah.
to get that deal done?
Yeah, there's something weird going on. There's another one too that goes from Oregon over to Idaho. Believe it or not, there's some really good wineries in Idaho. They're
I've
not
read
made from
articles.
potatoes.
I've read articles about how Idaho's the next, and I don't mean next year, but
Yeah.
I mean like
They're-
they're putting the foundation
They
down.
have quality wineries. There's just not a lot of them. But this is their another one of their side projects, and they've got a bunch of them. Acrobat's probably the most famous one around these parts. People know that winery very well
Great
for
wines.
very affordable entry level Pinot Noirs.
Very, very good quality.
This is
for the price.
this is certainly what I would call it. This is a Washington wine. So if you drink this, you're not going to think this tastes like Oregon. On the label, it says Oregon, and technically they can call it Oregon, but my gut tells me that it's probably Washington fruit. But I don't have the information to tell you different.
Well, all
So-
you have to do is to take one little medicine dropper and put 1% of that. That 300,
Well, if they're in-
300 yards of
If they're
water.
in the AVA, I believe they can call it.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a Syrah Merlot cab blend. It is lush. It is plush. It is absolutely easy drinking. And I'll tell you how much this one costs. It's only $15.
All day, all night.
I mean, it's crazy. And
All day, all
so
night.
that's what I like about King. King, they're and I'll be honest, even at their quality level, King, their family label, are very affordable wines. They just fall more in the $30 range, and they create all these subsidiaries and second labels for I guess maybe everyday drinking would probably be the best way to put it.
Amen.
It's
They're
wine
looking
for the
out
people.
for the working man.
Wine
I like
for the people.
that.
Yep.
I respect that. I mean, we all love the super high ends, and God knows we never get enough of them. But God bless a good winery that thinks about the working man and just puts out drinkability every day. But at this qualitative level, strong.
Yeah. So what you have here is this is a 2017, and that's another thing. You don't really see a lot of entry level wines that are 3 years old. Usually they're all drank by now, I guess. But this is a dark inky color, and it tastes how it looks to me, but it is a lot softer than it looks, if that makes sense.
It's a great way to put it because it's more silky than jammy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it does have the lush fruits that you would associate with a jammy wine, it's very refined.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost, I won't say thin because people get the wrong impression,
Right.
but it doesn't knock you back.
Oh, no.
It doesn't fill out to the end. I mean, so many times you get those Washington Syrahs can be a
They can-
bit
oh yeah,
you know,
they're intense.
they
Yeah.
can get you.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
chewy.
chewy.
Chewy. This has the kind of the weight that you'd expect from that part of the like a weighty Syrah, but without the grip, without the I guess it's just a more softer, like a soft polished, as opposed to kind of rough around the edges and intense.
Really nice.
More feminine, maybe is probably the best way to put
Great way
that.
to put it.
Hopefully that didn't offend anybody.
I would never be offended. I mean, that's a compliment.
How dare you?
It's a compliment, though. You
I-
think about it.
I
A lot
think
of
it
people
is.
freak out about
I
that.
think it is, but I'm an old man. I'll be 50.
Middle-aged.
50.
Can you believe we made it to 50?
Man, you're just a kid. What are you worried about?
I mean, I'm years behind you.
Man, you don't have anything to worry about.
I mean, those 3 months is going to be something else.
We're doing the countdown to the big 5-0, which is in February.
What are we going to do? We got to do something
I
special.
would imagine alcohol would be involved.
Well,
That's just an
that-
outside
that
shot.
happens on, Monday afternoon for no reason.
I would say we could open all my collectible wines, but this year they all got open.
About to say, what collectible wines?
I was making
What?
I had a real progress. I mean, I had several cases of
And then the
They're gone.
pandemic
the
happened.
pandemic got me thinking.
Darn COVID, it strikes again.
Gotta live for today. There is no tomorrow. So
Well, it's like I always tell my wife, they make more every day. Every day, we had other stuff's getting a little older, and let's be all right.
yeah, well, we got some. The people that are near and dear to me will be seeing some nice little bottles of wine in their Christmas stocking. So that'll be good. And then
Santa's
hopefully,
good. Santa's got a pretty good palate.
hopefully they share it with me. Those people.
I'm still paying on your Christmas wine. I hope to have it paid off by Friday.
I have.
You know what though? I don't even want to drink your Christmas wine.
Why not? Oh, we also have a beautiful bottle that Mike Bowman dropped by for Christmas.
We have two actually. 'Cause he brought me one too. We need to do both of those.
The Alexander's Crown
Yeah.
and the Symmetry.
We need to do both of those.
Yeah, that would be a good.
Hey, well, if you don't go to your dad's, let's do it Christmas Day.
All right.
I'm gonna put that bone-in ribeye on the green egg Christmas Day.
It's a smart play.
When there's only 4 of us there, so half of it's just gonna be
Who you got? Megan.
Megan and Lauren and Isabel.
One.
Lauren can't eat a cracker, so I don't count her in the food total. So she'll do is eat Christmas cookies and then say she's
Oh,
not
yeah.
hungry.
Damn. Yeah. She's so
She eats
cute.
like a bird.
She's cute. So if you're looking for something plush, silky, easy to drink, you just found it. It's called
Delicious.
Next.
Next
Next.
one.
That'll be your next beverage. $15. Easy as they get.
$15.
Oh, sorry, I'm blocking your snout there. All right.
Nobody wants to see my snout. You're doing the world a favor.
So, I hope all your Christmas wishes come true out there. Mine are, because I get to do what I love for a living. I get to work with my best friend every day.
The
So what else
gift
could
that
you ask
knows
for?
no season.
Yeah. And I've got a girlfriend that understands me, which is
And
which is,
adores you.
which is
She
Yeah.
doesn't just understand.
yeah.
She understands you and yet still adores
And still, and that's weird. Yeah, you'd think she'd figure it
I mean,
out.
what a
I don't know.
combination.
Yeah, that's right. I've got a family that loves me dearly,
you.
and
Adores you.
I get to see them a lot more than I used to back in the day.
True
when I was,
story.
you know, in the 20s and 30s of my age, not 19, 20s and 30s.
Same thing.
I worked, yeah, same thing. I worked awful amount, and I was very far away, so I didn't get to see much family. And I'm grateful that I get to see as much of them as I do nowadays, and that's a
Yeah,
great
that's a
thing.
blessing because you get to see your dad and Elizabeth a lot more, and you're seeing your mom and Joe a lot more.
And Whit's in college in state, so he's home almost every time I get there.
You've seen that a lot the last 18 months.
You have to look up that
Kids growing like that.
little brother is like, I go, hey.
I hope he remembers us when he's running the world.
But I will say
He's a
this:
smart kid.
he'll never be able to beat me on the scales because I got him.
I know.
I think I got him. I got him on the scales.
It's all upward mobility.
Yeah,
there.
he might be a lot taller than me, but I got him on the width part.
Yes.
Yeah, and this helps.
You know, we don't have to worry about a windstorm. Old Whit's got to go running inside if
That's
it's
true, he
it's
might
over
blow
15
away.
miles an hour. You know, so
That's true.
you know if something happens weird with gravity, we're safe.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
We're playing chess here, not
Mhm.
checkers.
So we've, well, I guess, will we do another one of these? Well, Christmas, New Year's Eve, we can't, we have a chef's table. We can't do the
What,
tasting.
that's a
Want to do
Thursday?
another virtual?
Yeah, just Wednesday next week?
We'll do another
Yeah,
virtual. How
virtual on
about that?
Wednesday.
Because we love you.
We do
And
that.
we're also thirsty. We're already planning on being thirsty next week.
You know, just thinking about how far next Wednesday is making me thirsty.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Well, I hope everybody out there watching this is safe and sound.
Safe and warm and happy
Mhm.
is our wish for you.
Absolutely. We are blessed to work for such an amazing family, and we thank them for every opportunity
Every day.
and what they've done for so many people that people don't know about, because they've done a lot for this community.
More than people
Yeah.
will ever know.
Yep. But they don't have to know. But I know, and we appreciate it. And may all your little Christmas dreams come true, right? Like, I hope Santa Claus is good to you. I hope that Magnum comes in. Just saying. You might want a Magnum.
Who wouldn't?
You might want a Barolo. You might want a Shadow Enough. Santa might have it. Santa might drink it.
Santa knows people.
Yeah.
God, there's been a lot of the Barolo Magnums over the Christmas years.
They're good for you. Full of vitamins.
Look how long it let us live.
That's true.
I mean, how could it not be anything but preservatives?
I think we've had all things considered, Chef, I think we've done a pretty darn good job. Not only serving people, but educating people along the way, too. Think about all the great conversations we've had at the chef's table.
I wake up every day and with a grateful heart, and I know it gets lost during the day sometimes.
When somebody asks for a split burger, no
That's
lettuce and
loaded.
tomato on one side, extra mayo on the other.
With add fried onion, split. Nothing can touch each other.
Mm,
I need 16 different plates,
mm.
and let me get 4 sides of ranch with that.
While you have 37 tickets up.
Because the ranch really brings out what I love most about the chef's table.
No ranch.
That's right.
I've never thought about that.
No matter what.
3 years of no ranch.
No matter what, there's every
No
week,
ketchup.
every week, for 3.5 hours. I'm guaranteed to not give anyone a side of expletive ranch.
I
And
don't
that's
know.
my favorite thing about that glorious, glorious table of ours.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the sun is setting on our afternoon
It
shift.
is. Look at that. It's beautiful. You can see the
And
mountains.
I know you've got kiddos and more catering to handle.
I gotta get back to work, and I gotta go. My children will expect some sort of dinner.
They like nourishment, huh?
It's gonna be a busy few days.
Well, I appreciate y'all listening to Chris and I hang out.
Thank you for spending this time with us this week. Just hang out and drink, and it's great.
And Merry Christmas. We sure do appreciate all of you out there. And share the word. We're going to do another virtual next week. So if someone wants to join you guys virtually, we'd love to have them. And we will make sure we have plenty of wine to share with everyone.
Absolutely. What a great plan.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.